Hey everyone, I got, well, half of my brackets sandblasted. I didn't do the top because I knew it would melt off. Anyway, I did the bottom sandblasted so I could have a really good clean weld there. And there's a little bit of an air gap because I cut these out with a plasma cutter and I wasn't exact as I should have been. So just a little bit of an air gap, but I'll weld that in eventually so you won't see it. What my plan is going to be is to use these holes that the Coyote brackets came with to mount a backrest pad. I'm going to face them both towards the front and eventually have some sort of, I'm going to have to probably make it, but a pad across here. I'm probably going to have to go way longer on the bolt to clamp it around the fuel cell, but I'll make do. If it won't bend to the shape you want it to, but on its own will, you force it to. Well, there it is. I couldn't show you any welding because I had to heat this, hammer it down, and then weld it before the metal contracted. So still a little bit of an air gap, but I didn't want to take too much of the roundness out of these brackets because I cut this with a plasma cutter and I had to grind a little bit of it out because I'm not that smooth with a plasma cutter yet. So it's a little bit, the bracket's a little bit bigger than this clamp is. So I'll just weld that all in eventually. Probably sometime when I actually have argon. As you can see, it's on the needle stop, but I'm still welding. I think this is pretty good for someone who was only taught stick welding when he was 11 years old by his dad, and then he showed me how to run a torch. But heating stuff, MIG welding I'm self-taught, so. I think I do pretty good for being self-taught. I'm sure I could use a little bit of improvement, but this is how I get better at it. But tomorrow morning, another late night again. Tomorrow morning I'll throw this on the bike and try and get the plumbing done and figure out a mounting system for it. But I'll have the tank in it. I'll have it on the bike. So hopefully we can see what it's going to look like when it's finished. So I'm getting real close. Real close.